Anyone who's ever had a headache, and that's about 90% of us, knows that they can be nagging and frustrating. But when you live with chronic, constant headaches, they can be debilitating and feel endless with no end in sight. That's what's happening to Brandy, who's spending her life looking for the next magic pill to make her chronic headache pain go away.
It's a pounding sensation. It feels like somebody's taking a sledgehammer to my head. My head just feels like it's going to explode. My chronic headaches. The pain at night is unbearable. I don't ever get a full night's sleep. I wake up every 2 hours. I never feel rested in the morning. My headaches started out just as a nagging feeling I got every once in a while until they slowly progressed to maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and the pain got worse, and now it's just got to the point that it's at least once a day that I'm getting a severe headache. My headaches have gotten so bad that I actually had to leave my job. I feel like a lot of the reason I have the headaches is because I'm under a lot of stress. About 8 to 9 months ago, I got a divorce, and my mother passed away, and she was really the last member of my family that I had. So now it's just me and my son. I take care of him completely. I have no support system. I also feel like I'm not the best mom that I could be. There's times that he'll want to go outside and play, and if I have a headache, I don't want to go to the playground. Sometimes I don't even have the energy to play with him because my head is hurting so bad. I've taken over-the-counter pain medications, but none of them work, and I don't want to rely on a prescription medication. I feel like my chronic headaches are controlling my life, and I just don't want to live like this anymore.
Brandy's joining us. How have these chronic headaches changed your life?
The biggest thing is my life with my son. Now that I've become a single mother, I need to have the energy to spend with him. There's times that he'll want to go to the playground. I just can't take him out because my head is hurting so bad, or I fear that if we get out there and the other kids start screaming, the headache's going to come on. I've had to cancel plans, and my biggest thing is I'm not as interactive as a mother as I was and would like to be.
And I'm hearing a lot of things around parenting and concerns about it. You mentioned that earlier as well, but also guilt that goes with that.
Oh, definitely.
But I want to focus on you for a little bit.
Okay.
When are your headaches their worst?
They get worse in the evenings. It's like a domino effect, usually around 8 or 9 p.m.
So let's get to the truth about your headaches.
Okay.
And with symptoms like that, the first thing I want to know is how often do they really happen? I mean, you mentioned them sort of here and there, and they seem like they're constant, but I actually wanted to get some numbers. So you were kind enough to keep track of them for us. You mapped them out.
Yeah.
And I put them up here on this screen so everyone else can see them as well. You're having these headaches almost every day of the month, but certainly more than 15 days a month.
Oh, definitely.
You agree? That's sort of the definition of a chronic headache, if it affects you roughly every other day of the month for 3 months. So you're in a very clear category. Then the question becomes what's leading to that? And there's some easy things to fix that can cause chronic headaches and some that are more challenging. So then I started thinking, well, what common problem could lead to chronic headaches? And so I turned to medications. And I'm curious what you do when you have the headaches. How do you treat yourself?
I take over-the-counter medications, maybe 30 a week depending on...
30 a week?
Yeah, I'll take 2 to 3 Tylenol, 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 to 5 times a week.
So let's put that up there, because that's very concerning to me, to take 30 pain relievers in a week. You're doing that for a couple of months, a couple of years?
Probably a couple months.
All right. So what you probably don't realize, what a lot of people don't recognize, is that actually taking the pain medications, they can also cause headaches. They can make your headaches worse.
Oh, I never knew that.
I know it sounds crazy. Why would you sell them for headaches if they can cause headaches?
Yeah.
When you use them a couple times, they're great. When you use them constantly, that can cause major issues.
Okay.
Real big issues. So I'm going to talk about that, but I first want to get at what I think is the ultimate root, what started it all in the beginning, which is the stress that you mentioned. So join me if you don't mind. I wrote on the chalkboard a couple common stressors, and I tried to write them out in ways that might resonate with you and folks at home. So if you don't mind, grab a little chalk here. You can be the teacher for us.
Okay.
And just check off the ones. Let's go through these that apply to you, common stressors.
This is definitely a big one.
So you have no close family. You're single now for 9 months.
Yeah. Difficult family life. I don't really have a lot of family close to me, so having a child, I would say it's not having a child, but just
Coping with
being
a
a
child.
single mom and things like that. Losing my job is definitely one. Being a single mom, being overweight, that definitely stresses me.
Issues with finance.
That's definitely hard with a son.
Yeah. You're not getting sleep at all. You
Yeah.
mentioned it's been a long time
Definitely.
since you've gotten grocery.
Being overextended, being a single mother, and trying to do everything with him.
And that leads to guilt at home.
Yeah, that definitely does.
So interestingly, although you say you don't have a difficult family life, I would actually argue that just hearing you speak about it, I'm not saying that people are being difficult with you, but you sense difficulty and guilt almost.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would check that too. So do you think that your son is being emotionally affected by the headaches that are affecting his mother?
I do, especially at this age that he's at now. There'll be times when we'll be sitting at night and he'll want to play or want to do something, and I can't do it with him, and I start to cry, and then he'll be like, "Don't cry, Mommy," and that puts even more emotional stress on me, seeing him feel that way.
What would it mean to you if we took care of enough of this, that you didn't have these chronic headaches?
It'd be amazing. It would mean that I could be the mother that I was and want to be the interactive mother that I was. I could get back to work.
We're going to do that for you. I've got the right person. I invited a doctor who knows a lot about how to get rid of headaches. She's over 35 years of experience. Come join us. Actually, I'll join her. Let me get in the middle so I can get between you guys. She's over 35 years of experience helping women free themselves of pain through natural and holistic medicine. Dr. Tieraona Low Dog, thank you very much. A very bright woman that I get advice from all the time. Why are there so many women like Brandy who are suffering from chronic headaches?
Well, headaches are kind of a women's issue. It affects us more than twice the number that it does men. I think many of us are juggling a lot of things in our lives. I think what's important to always keep in mind, though, is that there's an awful lot that we can do to help you.
So what makes your plan different from all the other ones out there?
Well, what you're doing right now is reacting to your headaches. The headaches come and then you take pain medication. I want to help her get in front of these headaches so that we wean you off your medication, and then we create a plan to keep you from having to rely on pain medications when you do feel like you're having a headache.
That'd be wonderful. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I would love that.
All right, everybody, when we come back, you get your natural plan to get rid of your headaches. Stay with us. Dr. Low Dog has the natural plan to get rid of your headaches for good. The first step of the plan is to keep a headache journal. So what should be in the entries?
So if we're looking primarily for nutrition at this point, you want to make sure you document the time, when you eat, and if you're having any kind of head pain. If you're having head pain, make sure you also rate the intensity so you can look over time and see if you're associating certain foods.
All right, so if I'm having a morning headache and I had scrambled eggs for breakfast, and it's moderate pain, it could be caused, it may be unrelated.
Right.
Cheese, sort of cheese ravioli even, at 3 to 4, again, not terrible. But I have a level 10 here late at night, and that's maybe because of the meal, but you don't know though, right?
You don't know, and I think what's important here is you need it over a period of days to begin to look for any patterns. There are certain foods that are really notorious, dairy products, chocolate, aged cheeses, wine, red wine. But I see a number of things here that actually could be making a headache worse.
Okay, the next step on this plan is to address those over-the-counter medications.
Yeah.
It's just not working for some folks. What do you do?
Well, I think one of the big things to remember is there is such a thing called medication-induced or medication overuse headaches. What you want to do is if these are over-the-counter medications, you want to cut them in half for a week, then cut them in half, the dose, and cut them in half again the next week until you're off. If you've been having headaches for years, expect to take 3 to 4 weeks to get off your medications. And if they're prescription medications, make sure you talk to your doctor first before just going off of them.
But they'll probably say the same thing to you. Slowly get them off, but don't go cold turkey.
Right.
That's the big message. Believe me, it's going to get much worse before it gets better if you do that. You'll be very mad at us. Okay.
Right.
The other thing we want to do is create a headache support kit. This is really important to replace medications, to make up while you're dealing with the stresses and coping with all those things, as Brandy was showing us earlier, in order to get past those early headache withdrawals. So what do you got for us?
Well, she definitely feels to me like somebody who could really benefit from magnesium. Magnesium actually has a very strong recommendation from the Canadian Headache Society and also from the American Headache Society for relieving and preventing headaches. So a big one for her, 400 milligrams at night before bed, and it might also help her sleep.
Yeah. You can also get it from foods, obviously. I love nuts. They have a lot of magnesium, soy milks, a lot of leafy greens, spinach especially. You get it naturally in your diet as well. That way you don't have to always be catching up. This is a big one. And a lot of folks don't think about ginger tea, but I'd love to hear you expound on this. You are an expert in the area.
So I love ginger. Ginger has a long history of use for headaches and for relieving pain. The dried is a little bit better than the fresh for headache pain, and you want to start it the minute you start to feel the headache. I would also recommend for Brandy just taking a little bit of ginger tea, throughout the day, just having a cup in the afternoon, especially as you're weaning off your medications. But don't underestimate the power of ginger.
Last up, and Brandy, come join us for this if you don't mind. A little blue present for you. Peppermint as aromatherapy as an oil.
Yes. I mean, peppermint essential oil, peppermint essential oil is really a very concentrated form of peppermint, and just smelling it can help relieve headaches. But you may not know there were actually studies done that showed if you take just a drop of the peppermint oil and apply it to your temples, I'll get underneath your glasses there, and you sort of massage it into the temples. I like to put it a little bit at the base of the neck too.
Here, I'll help with that part.
Yeah, there you go. A massage
feel, Brandy?
from Dr. Oz, huh? If you do this and you take your ginger at the first sign that you're getting the headache, I almost guarantee within a short period of time you'll start aborting those headaches. And if you do your nutrition journal, we get you sleeping better, getting you some stress management. I think you're going to be feeling a lot better pretty quickly.
Definitely.
I hope it helps you. We'll be here to support you as well.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you. Dr. Low Dog, thanks very much. You can get the full plan and information for all of our Truth with experts on DrOz.com. And be sure to check out Dr. Tieraona Low Dog's book, Healthy at Home. It's very well done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.